campus, pharmacy department, and a doom horses no almost Prudential Bank, almost Sables Plaza, almost Prudential Bank. Na free na mpanimfo enye osu na baby a wo no omofo aduane emre osesa na apena so person kudi di boy kwanda ho 0242 93 0376 0242 930 376 na 0322499744 0322499744 Mother's Restaurant Catering Services, good food, good health, always there for you. Na busia be kai so na me kai was a Downwell Insurance Company Limited. And so eguso kai was say insurance policies na omo eye ho adwuma e de ma motor insurance, asset or risk policy, and it is in simple normal bebre and the second home protection policy, engineering policy, marine policy, fire and allied perils policy, personal accident policy, public liability policy, aviation policy, any policies ni na Downwell Insurance Company Limited omo eye edimam na from hanomo omo awo baby bebrebe ti anope mi so transfer police nkocho se wonye insurance ko DVL airport runabout omo ho Swami Matthias Junction Downwell for honomo eja omo ben Koi filling station omo ho Kill stores no omo ben Freddy Men's Pharmacy omo ho Bantama Downwell Bantama Bay City Auto Services then obuasen so a DVLA golf course kwan so Downwell Insurance Company Limited do call no fin omo DVLA Mampong omo Ebenezer Methodist Church se hwe also omo DVLA hono bibie ni Downwell ewo lorry station hono Downwell, if it must be done well, but se open komo do na tia free 0205 200 002 na 0245 474040 na 0265 070390 nene Downwell eninkuta hom na omo emwa we Downwell na afi meka wapomuden ho nsem Amuzu Herbal Clinic eho ena omo sayare ti se be ma ne ho adwojo be ma ontimi enko kwan tintin bi ane sisiye ne ya be ma prostate eman problems be ma otutu a entimi endi dwuma bia obi a wafa yare wompem obi a wanya typhoid fever obi a wanya yefunu yare anase ulcer piles koko ha no ne nkotudwe ene ne nompem ehwe no sciatica ha na anase wanya stroke Amuzu Herbal Clinic omo wosu ehunu omo wonimde ene nru de sayare we nyina etimisro ko Amuzu Herbal Clinic na kokoje wa yare so na se ba physio ni massage na omo ye nyina Kumasi ha ubehu Amuzu Herbal Clinic e wotafon hia so Amuzu Junction ombe Moro Market Kaso aman from ombe aman from police station Sunyane Amuzu ewo area 3 ena Ashaman omo Lebanon second stop Madina omo main station omo ene be komabro san de sanso Atimota Amuzu Herbal Clinic ewo Christian Village opposite Fuma filling station 0241959326 and 0241988884 Amuzu Herbal Clinic Mounty Chalo Yame ene yaresa 4 Omada Roma na no pay di dwumadi e de bro na emom no ene penifo a womo agepene a wo ha Honorable Haruna Yusuf a former MC of Fenso or try send go be to me na ka wajina say parliamentarian and I say as parliamentary candidate for NDC but inyame pen oye ene Honorable Haruna ha or say Kofi Akwa the talkaholic so he represents CPP or a national youth organizer but not that youthful or say Honorable Kwesi Kuredu a member of parliament for Mensia North constituency Aseda kesiye enso enkoma Tabia herbal products say Tabia for omaji dwumedi esi omunan so Tabia herbal mixture make am for ma no pay wanya malaria anase wonti nidi honam nyina ama nyako ate fa be kwenu be se honam hwihwi anom Tabia mixture bi Tabia takum ye the organic wo ene aye na eye enubra ene nuntini ene de eka ho ne de aye enti alcohol bi anim eye ma mema ye meka so hwaro no ade meka ka ho ne se we obi a say Kofi, you are live on radio, please. Abba Kofi Aqua, where are you going?
And then I said that deliberately.
Radio
live on radio.
But you are always I have a live studio. Thank you. It's na me catch say you catch abia takum ya. Emema and the yama omo. This I see the wo pa na ye ni hamani no brentina. We sumbie ni outimi etafri bia yama za tabia zaneke. Enso so eboa ma wapum di sipisita. Na yare bia yese bebo a abo egu edi amawo she no so mame tabia natural capsules also obi a ne yematim ana so obi a ne sisi ne ya ene koko ono me free all free ho enti no ba bi eton aduru bia no tabia no ma bi ho obi a wonyam onum bi obi a o ma bofra no fo onum bi obi a oni fie dumie no onum bi 0243686861 and I bet you name penny for a dear dinkuta home. And 0245-749-206. Omo any the prime sponsors. Tabia Herbal Products. Yeda omo asi papa. Say anopay any da omo eboa. Where ye de Akoko Abon dwumedi ye de ebrewo. Eti ebredu say yesi kwan so na afi yahwe de oho no. Ene eye heave nailed or say also appear. Wawuda 11 years. Or children they say wawuda o papa and no pay or this ankre e dia ba. O guess also appear. Yes. They say one science 12. We a member of Brantma SDH. But the most important thing is heave now or say also appear. O papa say o mauchinkwa. Honorable Haruna.
Yes, over.
Apume.
Boko minia.
That's right.
Ken medasi. Na macha what you for. Na ken madasi. Because you are one of the few individuals who are in your bit maybe to support on number have nine offense. And so medasi. Oh medasi. Whatever it is in life, the BCB you taking your strides and move on. The medasi panamada all the supporters from Masuboy Company, Ababo for Enclave, Okofa Brekum, Ebachibin in the Enclave, but Wawasi, Sabe Sifenso, Medal Bibiasi, many so in life and in politics, especially who contest elections are whatever the delegacy, to say thank you to them. Say Yankopon so obo bian in Islam they believe in predestination. Say answer Yankopon bebo aba wi ase no wa hyehyɛ enema ahyehyɛ wo ye prayer can turn some of them around. Nem wadi no dede untimi empia de nyame so obeye no we see from until we take it na good strides and move on. And the Kenya be chia President John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president 2024 Yamiaduma Abia will be a channel national executives regional executives na chamo say yina yam measures ababoa ntokwam na mercy e ho CCI ensha senclair no ensha senclair mercy the government of the MP New Patriotic Party accredited with CCI Ghana for yam mobo Ghana Fire Mobile has included CCI, so the right measures must be put in place. Say the minimum of more, say the bear come 2024. This mess will be swept away. Say the bear Ghana be fund to Pafra. Because I don't want to say, Honorable Kwesi, Punadu, I'm Palme for Malaysia North. I'm saying, we've been in this game together for a very long time. Which I mean, oh, she know where. And can me prelim comments that way.
Thank you very much. Honorable Richmond, I Jenim Boatin or ye MC Kwadaso Municipal Assembly or say the MP, Honorable Professor Kingsley Nyako. Omotinkwa, happy birthday to you, Professor Kingsley Nyako. also so Honorable Richmond Ajini Boating ye or say Silas Konedu Boating also so constituency secretary and or Mautinkwa. You know, the MP and the constituency secretary, both of you are having your day-to-day. Happy birthday to you. Honorable Osei Kofi Akwa, one of my favorite brothers. How are you?
I'm doing so good, seeing glasses and in those headphones. You look so good. Unfortunately, when you remove those glasses, the diabolism in your shoes, very, very unfortunate.
To God be the glory.
Clear Mami Tiao. Na Minshia Utufo Asantenia, Asantemania Odayano. Na Mefa Konya Wiso, na Mintia Minia Promise Abusam. Or DVLA. He's doing a very fantastic job as a PR. So I also na Adura. Here for down for Watepa. Maybe will be no. But na Opawasempa. Na Adura one tintia. Canada minu amount per yetiana ni say. When sanko fono say otono or pharmacist. Na udu wona so yo hiania wo ye mobro wa pa no a. Adura ti che wadu. Tepa ba bia je wo. Na Opawasem wo say ene. Me say dan chia. So na me wo fire ya pokia wo abuakwazo me chia no. Na me chia CBP abusuafo nyina. Na asona busua wo kontase. We maame rules oheneba ata ayi no yebegu so aye ho meeting wo kina enti ba bia ba mu hene wo ene abusuafo bia no be tia wo mo chama wontumi abusua meeting awon ta amba kina bra bia wo bia beton kra fa Hello FM Kumasi BBC me sure say bia wo bia wate ken
Chief
afel
all right
this is bia bako tia me nyama no mo chia so on a because the parliament I know I fine boy fine gaba na na bu isi so ko fa juma den eba ebeni ready I mean tell me I cannot obey master planner ken o say program nyina no e bia me kam say me team media house say wo Ghana nyina makobida say TV say radio Hello FM kwa na wo kwa asem a wo beka no say wonti ya ye ma wo say dina kinkan na we na beka wasem e bin si da and of course when him say eyewo awe teacher ni ene wo master planner mo so say dwuma di wi ene master DC eno de me bon abaso any day anytime me say ma call radio station the whole country TV stations the whole country e bin si da
Osei Kofi Akwa thank you Honorable Kwasi Kunedu Apregu hey sorry hey that is it Kwasi that was so bad anyway what was it you are far na I say I'm going to say
Radio Dumboko Radio Dumboko company
now I did you over there obi a ye ne prefatory statements but with them I mean Frank Pembo Brokrum kwan ya kan ya moye baby kakra bi ya nya kwan no ama asase edidi ba baby American semba se so fi Brokrum ba e ho na say na water sachet water production bi ho no right one kakra
yeah
wo ho no baby American wo
Garden City Junction from Garden City
Argentina we ade kakra we yentimi yemfi na ese kwan a ye na ye toso mi no Kumasi airport na no ade a kankan be ye ha osi binim nam ko kase wo Brokrum na say banhia enough for masase so kra wa ra obesama me na me say me bo amane o ti da e beka say be red words wo ni
okay mama na sina menchia etiefo ni ahwefo na memfa kwanye so nchia opem so na asante hene na menchia mempɛsua asofo nyina na memwache na mema menuanom mpanyimfa obeto mo haso ache de omo kan wo bi ne ebadwendwen oman ne ne nkan kro ho baby a wo kan e no kre mehu baby a wo kire na so bedu okra no e wo kakra bon se omo ye washing bay small bi won che ho okwa kakra bon so bi so ton cars e wo ho e moni ade me no kan so ra gambre ti a di ho komo bebre but I think say probably no there is something beneath a honometuna they would want to concretize it well. I think say bia na there is one of these service lines type in be so for them to be able to firm it up, they need to make sure say they will do it in such a way so they can have a bypass of the road for it finally. Because we had the stretch of the road now, and there are multiple obstacles kakra also. And now on Kwadu Brokom Junction, I heard to kakra. Otrali Mexico State Junction, I heard to kakra. Now it's almost 30 years no more. And two fra don't go home. Could be asking na or my honina. But I think it's a baby beso almost kakra. Into my baby mesa no makwa could home komobi. So maybe it's me a honey and denina dear free home. See the one your observation is right.
More dear no. HL. Not a say more.
Because I mean, but I observed the route. I can a sucre pockets of.
But then I say, tactically, what you say, and I say indirectly, what you say, and I may be airport no. Oh, see who be.
What's Matthias here? Now, I said, baby, airport in way. A better than I could just scream up. And at times we are tankamuti, and I mean we just have to be fair to ourselves. Maybe I didn't know probably even the term Akinekra and I imagine we feel a beam prank because when the chair hoya dotty. Dotty is part of Mention of constituency. A broke room proper part. The whole of airport and baby airport city way money at the end again. Nice airport police station, and also Aswansi. Airport police station in Aswansi. When they call choice also Aswansi. So that's the payment in Aswansi because all of those enclaves now okay. But you see, I do assassinating demarcation and Debiana Meka. It first lies with Nananum and second it lies with urban town and country planning for. Nananum will determine their land expanse baby a cocopim. Now baby able to see politically no it creates Aswansi word yes. District would demarcate all of those ones. So it is most of in America, but
you can even look at electoral areas.
Yes.
Which electoral areas form which districts? And so tell you clearly
where they fall. They feel the way they on the airport. So I'm saying maybe be international airport, will be a pool. Canada a semi-international. On the now say. But the most important thing, and is it has to come and serve the purpose for which every time you are the situation of it. I mean, if you go to other countries, money are there. Netherlands, money, Belgium, money, Switzerland, money are there. If you go to baby, I say, I die crana once a nefa, a crewy, nanifa, another country. So it's even possible. If you say, as a Korean, every woman kakra. No, what time I can crown. Now I'm also somewhere. What time I can crown extension of more you be sassy. Sa police station now, near Fred say. Sa a police station now, a. Musa said, oh, not a Kennedy assembly. Okay, management too. Send no person to see can meet the opposite what China said near friend Aswansi police station. Aswansi police station. Perfect. Yet, Aswansi near friend is your tears once we say. Your trust come for municipal assembly, and your friend police station is airport district police. Okay, it's getting more interesting.
But one no crime. So municipal chief executive. So what do you electoral areas? Hey,
it's your hair crack. And
then they are two about within that enclave.
I don't know how to go. Kofi. I say we want a better all kind of pass.
No, never be all
Anyway, we are just by the by. Yes.
Okay, I will be the chief executive who will be contested once he says.
Or Privia could come airport. Watch it. Who may go crow for time? It seems a busy buyers a day. Obebusa will say, "Will crow, dear, I'm open. One has a signboard."
Your year office here, signboard.
American was it? Yeah,
your office here, signboard.
I hope it's saying. I said, "You're
I know your stories.
A cruise in this assembly by elections. So far, MPP and you candidate, NDC and you candidate. But before then, you might have noticed the rigmarole. We say now, we move so person we is easy a responder, MPP a responder, NDC a responder at the other. Eventually, let me say, Kazakasa no Abba so I but 27th action over. CPP, are you representing?
Correct.
Chief.
Matcha Busha for we na matcha CPP for and penny for no. Amen koso na me more CPP national ne region and the constituency for omo nyina ha do ma hoden ene omo nim de eta police station ene electoral adwuma ye kakaka na mo babaso na on the 27-28 of July CPP yekoyi yesahene Frankatuni flagbara enunti ama ye de ahoden ni we ka yeni abri nyina no yes preparations no enunti a sin of by election of CPP yenkobi ye de ahoden ene ye bibia no prepare akwakoyi ye Frankatuni ewo July ya busumi ya besim ye ba me san kan susu dia so se CPP yenye ya adwen se be support candidate bi ana political party bia. As I speak to you, Central Committee CPP ekoba tan no emfa sa siseye no ene enkitawudie no emetudwa. Until we are not going to ascend off, neither are we supporting any candidate or any political party. And no ascend off the no. Can I do it? And this is for. I was up by now. Enka omo nine a good form. Na omo pagana for achow. Ewa di esi ewa ascend off. And this is for. I was saying Kasamri Omonai Egufom normal pagana fuacho I would ye see what asinof. Na me culture asinof for and can see before ebia young kobi from Moko Ban say Ora the chikwesi when o man to abama. When o man to abama. Sa so ana asinof for when o man to abama red the chikwesi. If you say, Obedim pro tremo na entron susaye amagana bokane. Can I do it? Wa ngoma egutami bacho makamera ne capture. Tam 1992 yes ye be kaduma min kabi no. Ye tintim ra ye de be sa kaduma min kabi. Na da bia me kase Zambia mama constitution we should be no ayana me pesa minyaya nka NDC for edibim e wo bibia constitution ka if you say satam no PNDC eneye NDC no omo na ti consultative assembly ema mra Ghana mra we ye chiro ye tenio 1992 constitution say amanyokuo bi ana amanyokuo be fa nipa baako ana mienu ana miensa na omaboneti dom say yesika fam say nipa fam sa sponsor a candidate na sa nipa no ababa begina ama womo say obi a opeso kom na se bedwam ana say obi a open mampanyadi. So a political party shall sponsor an individual who may contest as presidential candidate or a parliamentary candidate. Sana Ghana mrano a NDC forum etre na eka. Mato di ba.
Ye nyina yeti o.
Now, Ghana mrano kan sa asem we wie nti no. Se kwaba se enipa no enko se kontinkra ana independent ya. Na se party da de ne kwa. Tambia no party ni nyina ni bomko. Sa 1992 constitution we. Article 93 clause 2 subsection A. Me baba be kind. Me ba to constitution bia no ko chapter 10 and page 73 ade me be kan ho. Esoro no the legislature na che se amrase bedwam. Me ba to tie ni ba. O say a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament if obi entimi enkoye mrase bedwani se Article 93 clause article 94 clause 2A. That's a subsection A. Page 73. But what I say? Chapter 10. No, maybe to clarify. Or say, a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament if A, owes allegiance to a country other than Ghana. And to say, okay, Edward. O person would not homa and conform a woman shall sound. Na Kupali, Boga, Oba Ghana Hanche, Atana Butira, and Audiskaba. And Tuba no super so drama CPP. Na afei ye kodhwehwe mu a say working Edward land ya da bia ukoni nyina no wakwa ye a citizen of the United Kingdom na so asase ya wo Ghana hana maame ya Ghana ni papa ya Ghana ni wasefo nyina Ghana ntino wo da se ya Ghana ni enti ukuta bibia fe ni dual citizenship na chesa ufiha Ghana mra ne say ubetima ya Ghana ni obi ansu kwan na mom se koba se obedi panyini wo Ghana ha dia eno de utu sa na mo no a enye yie sa ana Ghana mra no eka enu ntitamu a oru a jeti kwese eye na adwen se owo pepa se okọ parliament no na first of all so odi nkrama ono ankasa ne ho na odi nkrama NDC fo na osa di nkrama enkonform wo ase north wani nkra wadada wo mo se oh media me Ghana ni menye o man fufuro bia so ni na mrase badwam na me kono kwa ho ne se mra sa mra no kwa ye ho ne se no NDC fo kwa ne se sa mra no entimi de apart from Ghana na menye o man fufuro bia so ni Edward say no boa ama yakosa lie on 7 December 2020 ama enkofo ayebo mo ma enkofo de bo akosa lie ejidi se jetukwesen wakwa brote de na wote ho na mmom onye man no so ni akoto abama no ewi etirese no otwa ye nyina ye ntro na de ntina mekasa tamwa ne ho sensem ne baaye no asem no ekowie court na asem no kowie court no Supreme Court ana etna sa asem so na chese Ghana court batan ni nyina no ana etna sa asem so na ken se de be ya e betia de na se nyina nti no tambia Supreme Court ansa no betimi atna se no yam pesa working Edward nkwa na wadwene de be adwuma enti efa a judge fo a omoye members of the Supreme Court mako enson a omoye framamfama wefuya said the beya omu nyina beti asem no na omabua na ade soso a ewo court a ewo wiase nyina ho ne se okwa wo di adanse de nti ade wo kan wo giri se wo di kan anasa abosobo kran na okope no kwa wo di abosobo no wo de ho adanse ko ansana ediama enti koroma mo for ye no eye Supreme Justice of the Supreme Court Justice Jote ono na ye preside let say nunuanom a ono mkotena asinya ono pa na etiema saa so ana yewo Justice of the Supreme Court Amegasu ono so wombi ana yewo MS that is Mrs. Ousu or Justice of the Supreme Court yewo Justice of the Supreme Court Mrs. Tokonu na waba Chief Justice yewo Professor Mensa Bonsu Justice of the Supreme Court also Mrs. Yewo Justice Yuri Korendi also Justice of the Supreme Court and yewo Justice Akayensu also so Justice of the Supreme Court omoma orua jeti question ekwan ema ode na lawyer for eba court eba bo obu nkro tire de enti a enkofo bi na pese omode asam to no so se tamwa na ye to no so aba no e Canada ni no sai Ghana ni na nya sa na netie okane sem ni nyina bo ni nkro nyina de ho adanse bai omu wie no ajagefo no bu asem no Na some no mubua ni mikuta bi wa ha. The judgment, the final verdict, the final judgment na mikuta bi wa ha. Emerentimi nkan ni nyina. Na mom me be kan emu bienu ana ba ko bi. Enti skip the first one. Na mako second one. Or say a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of Article 94, Clause 2 and A of the Constitution, elections in the Asin North constituency, when the first defendant, which is Olu Ajetikwese, owed allegiance to a country other than Ghana, is inconsistent with and violates Article 94, Clause 2A of the Constitution of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. I just 40 almost 7 years and almost say, I dance here about Omanim. Near Omahunu, any lawyer phoning around, Kroma Babonin, no, or what you to say. Embrano Amesa Sia Meka ye a waha. The legislature. Article 94, Clause 2A, pepepe, or say, want to mean a member of parliament. So we are on mine for fraud to me, and I say, we are mine for fraud to kroba. Was I Ghana near, want to mean yet. And the bra na ora the 2 question. Elko, no contestant. Still now, no, I cannot be. Now, more justices of the Supreme Court, and Nipa Mako and so from Dr. Wom, where Traseno Muti and Crobono, and had danced in Yano, or Moku say, the 2 question, one fakwa paso. It's on that basis, and I can admit, me did say, I was say, NDC for ba abonting. No more go from a patch on behalf of the 2 question. Because as a political party, they are sponsoring the 2 question to contest on the ticket of the NDC as a member of parliament or as a presidential candidate. And here they can. That also be. Alright, Mama, baby, I will be out of payment now. Ebiana refi, I'm a cow. In the year 2012, Ghana 1992 Constitution way, Usomu, our Independence Square, Eddie insist, Obaba Ghana 1992 Constitution who buying. What do cranu be baba who buying? Nessa went to nya, you shall suffer the penalty for it. 1992 Constitution now cast of Bow Bino. We need Panua or party adding call as enough. As parliamentary candidate, you know, we can't draw up 1992 Constitution. So, it's Ghana for ya show. Sir, also your beer, okay, someone who did so. And that's also why I say the question. Okay, someone who done in her, more than any her. Now, the amount of yama.
That you see for
all right, the question. Now, I Canada needing in IT. Or come Rasebegum. I didn't money who pardon. The amount of right question. No, we have one is a twabamano. I deal with condition candidacy for great dinner. Matter of years, march for justice. Justice for what justice? What justice? Or could parliament? Eddie Bible saying in some so a Christoni. Eddie Ghana Mrata to say, or did you question? Or didn't say, so Baba some asin of 4. Na Emra a covano, and as Emra, I was of fast food and son of them, I said, beginning now, wa fast food, wa brass satam, not ordin pro. Eti asin of 4. A foot to and the mammo. Mammo for Obia ordin pro and co parliament. Jetty question lied or started control from day 1. Wabano Canada D. That's what I saw on your Canada, no, I got any. 2. Adansi na makacha ono omukọ court we bia wo de wan court ni bi wo tu krom a asibusia awo be say asimanso ba bi ani nyina na ya asinkro ni nyina bi enti court wan ko bi already ti kwesi ane na lawyer fo nyina court omo de adansi ekoi ekobọ nkro omo bọ nkro ni nyina wie ye no de judge fo a omo wa adansi ni nyina kan say already ti kwesi o twantrampa samra no wani no kre Fama Ghana, any on one son of any asin of
constitution of our coach to Libya in Yeti. Maybe Busao, Matisse, Honorable can come say, or some kakraka, but minimum a Jumana.
Oh, airport,
unnecessary.
Sir, I defend you that you say
unnecessary.
Unnecessary, I agree.
It's an unnecessary intervention.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
No, he knows better. It's unnecessary.
Honorable.
Yes, sir.
I was my mouth, I said, yeah, just open.
Oh, there be Kwame. I can't. Again, I have an almost all kinds of my mental. You know, about fat, did the apa a sentiment and as a Kumata Memoha. Not the same baby, but only for now to one. If you are Casana Mamencasano. Airport to know any Asama Yakan. You won't say a nipa who did dreadful in the Kamwasa. Young situation be a bedroom baby, a bedroom go be airport to know. I'm penny for you free a teaching bench here by ever come once. Overhead no, not a when I hey. Not the same baby, me as a Corman Pemsi. Many men crop for said the crop for city. Anna, in came before, in said they came before the city. Why again, yeah, Ken. A better of fat issue can see about the day now it may be airport no. Now of fire Ibiaba. Yeah, I some know how the Senemecano. Yeah, now you come in station regional minister cheaper. A same way, I call regional minister him, you can't want them. I call big president him, you can't want them. I have vice president him, you can't want them. Or no Bush is the other part, no minister for aviation at that time. I had decided anybody now, what can who and who you ask them. So there's a one in here. Yet the desire. It's
a dear honorable, a dear necessary yenkai. But the entire crowd here, not penny bakuaha. Or the example be my Emma Majumi, me fine say. Ubako baby, Ukrogo a die by Quisi honor, a die no nefa AC district weasel, not the first district weasel, and acceptable. And now say, Ubako baby, not a die BC or not a dino, a fire or maybe assassin, a fire or maybe assassin. Is that not acceptable?
That I know you acceptable, and not a honorable no or Cassan,
honorable no
honorable, honorable coffee credit, so no, honor.
So honorable for being son of her.
Okay, all Casano, or say, as a one police station, a man, you demarcated as a master. Now, you demarcated me a friend is saying. You demarcated you, so now your friend is saying. Well, a team say, even no boundaries, no cranoa, a share between as a Coleman Pone, a year, okay, me crano. On your night is obey accept the crab, baby, a boundaries no. But when him second, Sa baby, a honor, baby, a mekan once, as Coleman for boundary no. CCC is shown at that honor. So when you man catch the CCC is shown at that honor. And no they the boundary between KMA and Asokore Mampo. So it's a free baby electricity need Banwa for airport to as airport commander no honor. Mumusa say you call municipal security council and you call metro security council. I hear for no call the meeting. Here municipal security council.
Okay.
Airport police commander.
I say you feel strongly about this. But
okay.
Who say you feel strongly about this? Eti me pebre na mako honorable regional minister ho. Na mako akubusano. Na me de the honorable kana ba betuja. But na de me sure say ma omo mo ha nya omo de.
O de omo nya omo de ma menka say be say airport. Ma assemblyman on your friend Rashid. Honorable Rashid. O ma assemblyman on airport your friend is omo kan kire.
Thank you very much. Honorable Kennedy can come Komona or no so of course. Honorable Haruna, take it easy. Who is a who to no, but me vitoe. I for amount for muti.
Messer say Omanya Botra was asking some no. I was see and about local government in the systems and only demarcations and there's no question about it. Every electoral, every municipal or metropolitan or district assembly is represented by assembly members.
Mm-hmm.
And the assembly members are the one that determine the legitimate boundaries of every district.
That's right.
And if there are disputes, there are chiefs who own lands.
That's right.
And those chiefs will determine their boundaries. Right. It is not for us politicians to determine boundaries of land or lands for chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
In Ghana here, largely, about almost 90% of lands are owned by chiefs.
That's right.
Or others are vested in governments.
That's right.
And all of these things are laws. Oba urban council. I mean, what they say, your systems are determined inside the movie now. It shouldn't be a banter between politicians to determine where a boundary is.
That's right.
Maybe the economic value is now making us determine what more. We should leave those things to the chiefs the chiefs at the appropriate time will determine. Electoral Commission will come out with the electoral area boundaries, and these things will be sorted out. Even with the constituency, if you pick every constituency, you know where our polling stations are, and those things determine our boundaries. So we shouldn't agree to.
Okay, so we get back to the brass tacks.
Ken,
Chief,
Messemenua or say Kofi. In as much as he might have his own difficulties with Quincy, but he should be fair. Please, Mr.
No. Say,
So I intentionally kept quiet.
No. Take it easy. Take it.
In as much as I have no, but you see some friends statement.
Haruna, let me take charge.
In as much as I have my issues with question, I don't even know the man. How? Why? How?
And I will show you.
Just allow me to.
I will show that briefly. I will say, Yetiani educated a man for. I will say, also already judgment. The facts that led to the judgment, he didn't even bother on that. But the facts are there. The issues with this question are very simple. Might not started say or apply for renunciation of Canadian citizenship as far back as 2019. And what state say COVID not tolerate some of the moments. In the as of 9th, 5th, 9th now, Electoral Commission be nominated in October. No, he presented his document. Obi petition tia question. You see, this country without dishonesty, it aches my heart. Emma same copy, and yababiao. Electoral Commission headquarters. Nakra. I'm make a determination. Say the question at the time was qualified to contest. Electoral Commission and determine our electoral laws in this country. They came out with that finding. As of that time, now the question when you receive a certificate from the Canadian authorities explained. He went ahead to contest. And there was Article 94 plus 2A no allegiance. So that issue of allegiance has come up several times. And the Supreme Court in interpreting Article 94 2A had to tie in with Article 92 2B. To tie in the issue of citizenship. Meanwhile, the issue before the court was not about citizenship. It was about qualification to contest as a candidate. Ken, when do we say Obi a MP? Is it when you file your nominations or when you are elected? That clarity must be brought to bear on this issue. The Electoral Commission cast some of coming as a time of filing no onyan renunciation certificate. So that was the crux of the matter. But PNDC Law 284, Section D, deals with when somebody is said to be a member of parliament. And as of the day, now, there's a question elsewhere in Parliament, he had formally received his renunciation certificate back as 26 November 2020. So he never lied to the people, as you seek to suggest. So you see, when we do these things in our political environment, you're not fair to the people involved. We are not fair to the people. Now, President Mahama contested parliamentary elections. Now, as an individual citizen or your party or picking from the contest here, what has that to do with President Mahama? You see, that is a problem I have with some of you who, because for one reason or another, you just hate the man. Just like that.
I mean, the choice.
Honorable. Oh, say, allow me.
You know why I'm blunt?
Honorable.
You know why I'm blunt?
And I'm decided to meet you more than
so listen to me.
The person who said, but one Casaminote. There have been so many instances that you've given it hard to other people.
Ken,
does that mean it's for
you see, what has killed the hypocrisy? Hypocrisy. pick on others without any reason.
It's anybody that you pick on.
So today, elections, if anything goes wrong, we should blame Nanado.
Why should
How can you think this way? How can you even imagine that President Mahmoud should be blamed?
But I don't know, just time.
No, dear, was where to protect. You see, some of the statements people make. Sir, who remember, it's misplaced.
Chief, still on
I am totally out of place. And for lack of a connection with President Mama, you only wanted to use that to mention his name. And that's all about it. Also, Kofi, I will be very frank with you and blunt on these matters. And for me, they are very important. Chair, on my way, such a childness, we will go any and there. This is where we are today. And the people of Asen North, when dear Papa Jesse Jachi Christian, why am I? Tina almost say, in spite of the MPP, no honing in Ano, and if I woman knew Jachi Christian. In fact, almost say, and can you Jachi Christian because I had development projects echo Zankama into what they are for Jachi Christian. And to see people from more but trauma Jachi Christian. Ghana for more but trauma Jachi Christian.
See people before on me. We are even called on cycle fee. Who ship them in line and to the no. Oh, as far as now, who can't say move here to my Jachi Christian? What do you want? And I guess maybe I will be able to tell. I can't wear beer. Can you do it? I can't wear beer.
Oh, say, oh, no. Frank to my we are not be there people. Yeah, sir. It's Chief Kasawa.
Yamanyo we. Yamanyo baby I dey koi. Ehu pa o. Ehu papa. Because you see,
as your campaign ma Jachi Christian na.
Jachi Christian has already won this election. Because I say no for say they see Okumawunu. Ensi ewa say not.
E dey dey see Kumawu.
Kumawu omoche entuma. MPP for entuma, let me be very precise.
And then this is for
omoche mu. Omoko tamawu ntumi ankasa. Eko bu nkotobi wa asordam. Epa chew. Omoche sika. Clearly we saw it there.
Na say obi petumi na baba abepa chew no there.
We are there asenke wanimati.
Hey.
When you are Konya for 7 years.
If you never be you. Now who call election? Hey, we are the same thing.
You Ken, me say, when you are Konya for 7 years. Oh, Kumawu how? And you say not. And you voter region. What was the Mako Bunko, the Ninachi? Why you more than 200 and something votes in addition to vote Awunya?
Let him know I didn't come back crazy.
David, no de Wunya. So me win at an office of Obama. And then when I'm here no Kumawunu, I said of say it will not happen there. Into ban a boom to two. Who's on this Kevin and then no boom to two. Sad Diana MPPI over the period. They know they have failed. And so young could trace Kama for. Young chow moneyama a one sempata. That will not happen as enough. And the CPP4, MPP4, NDC4 was not. One say, Jachi Christian, a household name within the Ascent. One are matter over the period. In fact, even as at the time I work Canada, now only din ye. Until one decided say, so be pew, so be pew. A Jachi Christian or more penal. Now more that Jachi Christian as say, now cook will draw. I shall buy we. Say, oh, what did they see of Wasanra? Obuasi, and a media house because Okoya Juma. You know, granted, be no more say, Omukra per se by election need to sumba Obuasi. Say, I'm not from Pire, I'm born to say Omu MP. BBC, the MPP are buying we are by in Puntu Kakrao. So, say, by election in Siukruma, in Yampuntu. And new at the forefront MPP, there be someone for Trimono. You mean your question?
I don't know what to become a new Kaka.
Time of the Mamino.
Oh, set time.
That's
Commodity.
Coffee time, the number
commodity.
Time of the mouse,
Why we lecture no? And now
clearly no.
We Q&A.
Clearly no. Me. It's your best friend. Say, at somewhere call before. Yeah, NDC. We disagree totally with the Supreme Court on this ruling.
But the last time I checked, as a law student, even if you disagree with the decision of the Supreme Court, you have to respect it.
Why?
Intino.
But Mrs. We disagree.
But at what point? Ena the SSM mono would the court na mama kwa mama fancy.
Me say that reasoning based on the fact say as at the time of file no the certificate we beg to differ.
But nipa 7 no.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Why? The court can always get it wrong.
Okay, now start.
The court can always get it wrong. In our opinion. And so, me the minister answer the best friend me Kofi say oye MP no. Now, yes, sworn in. When he listen, yes, sworn in Parliament. Okay. As at the time of the question was sworn in, he had his renunciation certificate. Now on any other, he didn't owe allegiance to any other country apart from Ghana.
He couldn't convince them.
It's not about convincing them. He presented. Endramaker said, "You never read even the analysis of the court on the issue to do with filing." Also, I know, but you chose to ignore it. So I am bringing that on board to tell you, say you didn't read the judgment. You didn't read the analysis of the court, the facts, and the application of the law. You only came to the conclusion where you thought it was
the most. Now, say, come be a buyer. NDC starting, now must say, NDC, MPP, Riemu, Ed will be there, Kushima, and also, but none of home for one.
What was saying, you can say, Osha, CI 127, no, to do with nomination, it is very clear. As provided, Osha, will prepare with the Maya, who provided the particular provision of the CI 127. Show Meka or 127 now say we a quotation from the Constitution that which contains the EC's nomination form. I'm just reading from one of the paragraphs. EC 123, the third paragraph.
What's about it?
Which contains the EC's nomination form states that we, the undersigned registered voters of constituency, I say no constituency,
of offensive of
constituency, do hereby nominate Haruna Yusuf of the same constituency to stand for election as a member of parliament, and we hereby certify that to the best of our knowledge, he or she is qualified to be elected as.
Any ambiguity there?
What we are saying is to stand for elections, you must be a registered member within our constituency. And the electoral commission has said no.
You understand?
Yes. The electoral commission says no. You only have to hail or come from that constituency, reside in that constituency. You don't need to be a registered political party to be able to do that. Many problems say electoral commission just came out to clarify. But don't speak like a political party, responding to a political party. Remember, as the electoral commission, you are a referee. So your language is very important. The kind of language. So the way I'll be responding to submit the fee statement, that is where my problem is. So if the new rule, many problems say Obeka say obi eti say me offense so na me sa wa west. Say me nye register voter on me Akoko. Let's clarify. Let's move on. But don't attack the maturity. Just certain direction.
No, but if you start
your choice of words,
if you start throwing stones, Makase, when Sami started describing EC's initial response, absurd and debe nisi no chain na binisi so say ya wo kan nyina chikura no na say ya kuma wo heye enipa wo de no buy
that equalization. See, that is what even makes it more like a political party responding to you.
I don't know.
That thinking of equalization, well, it doesn't matter.
But
so if the Kumawu, is it the same thing with the ex-party Senator Rollins case? That he was saying. I mean, me more example. Because we think that.
One second. Just 2 weeks ago, one kasa wo di obia wo to aba wo Legon. No na ni din eni Kumawu, edno ba Kumawu, eba bi gina.
So Ken,
It is.
What does it matter?
It matters.
The same EC. Listen, the same EC cleared the question. The same EC. A petition came before the same EC. They cleared the question that he was qualified to contest. Fact forward. What has the Supreme Court said? So why should the Electoral Commission always gets it right?
All right. If that is all was supposed to be the case, Enna right away. One China NPP for filing say any panel. Most more court.
Why should we wait?
The same
you not choose the timing and how we should react to things.
But so when you react and say even Mwakasa say body say former Tamale Central is not some Tamale High.
Honorable Yunus of Peseni. What's he saying?
What saying I say Adiana more can sebi and you pray. EC is right.
No, but look. My culture say don't have a problem when the EC is clarifying issues to us. On say we but you see, you're very careful with the statements we make, clarifications we do.
But yes, you're careful.
No, it's not about you per se. But issues to do with the EC. My just citing a case. In can we say in Kasasi to the back court, no? Even the orders that were issued by the Supreme Court. Some form of direction should have been given to EC as well. For the fact that you clear this person to contest elections and move. But remember, when him says here, Philip from the Electoral Commission per the law reserve the right to go through the forms with that and clarify or correct any mistake they think that are with our forms.
Well noted, my man.
And Nyame can say, I sent off on the 27th of this same month. Inshallah. The question is the member of parliament.
Inshallah, we will win one time.
Oh,
well, I saw the car, inshallah, so we win the fence.
That so those some of those references are unnecessary. I'm not the first person to lose elections. People have always lost elections. Why? So people lose elections. So as for that one, it's immaterial. It's of no moment.
Okay, thank you. If it's unnecessary or whether it's necessary,
it is of no moment.
I mean, Chief Operating COP Michael Nketia Frimpong of Ghana Police Service Chief. Good morning and have a great weekend. I guess also appear na here or say King. Tell Honorable Haruna that election is a process but not an event. At the time the man was elected to represent NDC in their primaries, he was not wholly Ghanaian. Of his election doesn't mean the day of voting. The voting includes primaries and all. Samuel Brian Boaben wrote from Awoshi. Was King, can you purchase a plane ticket, head to the airport that you are going to the US just because you've applied for US visa, awaiting approval? A pedestrian argument. Mr. Safu Ebuakwa Hausen, also NDC should respect the court system and remember that it was the same court system that ruled for President Mahama to become president in 2012. My advice to Mr. Kwesen is that he shouldn't allow the NDC to push him to prison like Honorable Adamu Sakandi. He must be careful. Waibu Afrancho was Honorable Haruna. From the time he filed for renunciation of the citizenship to the time he got the certificate, did Kwesen travel to Canada with a visa? NDC should forget about Asin North because the residents there are going to vote for NPP, looking at the massive developmental work going on. Ortega Elbushen, and he greets Honorable Alantre Martin. I think yesterday was Green Ghana Day, and this is a very great policy by NPP government, led by Nanado and initiated to help Ghana's future. We all must support it. I'm all you respect. So, Christine, Akoko Abon, or say the NDC should know that their propaganda will never work. NPP is going to win. Mesa Saba will not interest. So I can tell you that NDC hierarchy knew the repercussions of Honorable Jechi Kwesen, but they wanted to be smart. And he greets Honorable Asenso Boachi and Dr. Bawumia. Honorable Akwesi being Joseph Isiansi, I agree with Osei Kofi that the people of Arsenal should not vote for Jesse Kwesi because he lied to them. We want honest people like Charles Opoku in Parliament, not dishonest people. Regards to Bawumia. All right. Okay. Sadat Ewefia Kubi or say I should salute Honorable Kwesi Nedu for him. Sadat say Ochiao Papa Kwesi. Abawa is writing from UK. Abawa, I hope you are now well. Say Yakonta. That's what you Yakonta so. I say, and these have their own rules and regulations in Ghana. They are going to lose on the 27th June. Abawa of Abawa Radio. The text message, no. Ose Kofi, CPP National Youth Organizer has nailed it right. Application for renunciation is not certificate of renunciation. If you apply for passport, you can't travel with the receipt of the payment of the application fee. All we want is peaceful by-elections in Asen North. No fighting, killing, or bloodshed. We have only one Ghana. We Mad Lion. I have to feed him the text. No. Honorable Kredu.
Ken,
What you say? Parliament, yes, more you can say, no track of Supreme Court, as agents, move expansion of name and all of records and also once a month.
Ken, him hard say honor me fee, baby.
Would that not be
because when you many more. And let me know he quoted the CI. Say it's from it's a constitutional instrument, but however, it doesn't and your constitution technically. And then maybe Abishibiana crime is just inconsistent with the constitution is deemed to be null and void. And that is the first one. So the EC probably would come up with a CI and maybe state certain things in the CI. But however, in the implementation of the CI, maybe you can come under Article 2, 21 and any of the other ones, 130, the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, to do these things and money at it. But I made a little caution that I would say before my question is that so far Act 29, that is Criminal and Other Offences Act in Section 210, and that talks about perjury, a second degree felony, and it's a crime. In Tremuda. So whatever you do, Biano, Mestre Minia, and Mwafa, Judge Kwesi said, you should be a bit cautious of what he does. And I say this, and I couldn't tell Bekeni. Minia Haruna had the emphasis at Subebre on November 26th. So I always made the emphasis back to January 7th. So when swearing-ins are done. Yes. And I'll just oppose Nimi and one more who say, and November 26th and when here, and December 7th and January 7th in here. But 6 October to 9th October, no, Sejachi Kwesi and filing, would he have even ever been able to be eligible? Say December 7th, Kebetuno Swabana. Sabrani file October, went me and filing, commit me to Swabana. And in the wisdom of the Electoral Commission and people like us, we believe that from the day of filing, very, very important. Ken, Yajitum, Jachi Kwesi, Ejitum, or no Ajitum say a brand new na all file ordinance share so. Emma Commissioner of Oath, MOA affidavit, say me Jitum say a day I may sign criteria, I don't owe allegiance or citizenship with any other country, None in some class are cratano. None in some crasse, Sabrino, Sabrino dear. No, a Canadian because na Canada for young Jim to whom I will say, on your Canadian beam. Na process incomplete, as well as I give some of the question COVID, say COVID, my process need delay or start here. So there is a certain impact of COVID even on our lives. But the dream here can improve for the on COVID by year. But the honor
now more much rule, only Honorable Haruna and more science are.
Yes.
Say, fill forms for you can say I mean to stand as MPR. Your person be a catch or say me assume.
Yes.
Yeah, or mine be a
yes. There's a declaration to that.
Oh, I see.
There is.
Or say I say I won't feel it be there.
There is a declaration. And when the amount you know.
That's why you go organize. I'm a 222 candidates. And then me what that's a
it can. Sad declaration na ohono. E can SMP. Enu nti na ama commissioner of oath 18 timu so. Sort as here. Enu moti eti sa brena na all sign no. Sa brena na okra na se onkra na okra ono agitum. Ose kwan mu baby bedru November 26 ansa na etimi aka kire ne se wa fe de ye jima ma aseko. Anameboa. Ken, I mean, it's a very simple and harmless question. So, a tribe is November 26, you know, because no him that created Katan Beshanisa. It's a tribe na January 7th, na year swearing na Katan Beshanisa. Ediana Koma Ghana Bay. Near to Abama, you see a 2 man, no. But it's the same thing. No, why? No, you see, and no 20 and no Supreme Court to so catch will say. Ebrana na wudi nsiasa na wunkura no saa branu ne de start free wonko file no because from that time ne kwa ne de me fancy atupru ni mo bibi aka eche ono kura no ntra wutwa ye ne free saa da ne kwa ne eba access o saa no kura ne ntro hypothetical but betimi asi assume is a president o man panyina ye to abama no ekura dual citizenship or the akwa akotu Oman no mbe yi ni dual citizenship afri odi ama no enya fanhye ne nsa bibia sisa ekuru no so etu oman ni ntimi nya adwuma yetu abama no saa bre na ye beso ani no da so kra dual citizenship would that person be allowed to swear the oath of office kebe mo aswe oman ne kwasi yenye because so Canada for omo nya citizenship mu ansa because they say they will not leave you to become a stateless person omba jia tumu say afeidie oman bi so beji watumu yie say obey oman ne bansa na ejawo they don't just easily give to say if you go to other countries that would be betum na we money and then why was he even waiting for the renunciation so they don't usually leave you that way intimacy we should not make it just that simple say oh I don't know hey the Supreme Court ni na hwe sa ni many nan was engage even analyze the November 26 point before they made the determination that they did and they as ma making the entire Uraja Chikwes na 7 year didn't be na yemfa ni na didn't be yemfa ni na money and then how many say
ye de na gina enye se ye de na be gina ye de na gina
o say
ye de na gina
someone file ways and I file it
I don't know
ye file ways
yeah sure
oh no ye file ways say ye cry prime minister be am say be na me no ni money ade so I'm just that the filing will then somewhere around to do with a Monday cry money ade so up until he files and even if say or file we no kujina but the point is that is why I first raised the first case. I said perjury, a criminal offense, 2nd degree felony. So he should be very mindful. Say a brand new admin certain team characters will try and drop because none is can renunciation certificate. So on what you choose none is kind. Oh no, na dream play bibra. Maybe my personal opinion about some of these matters. We will share it in very details when we are trying to have discussions about dual citizenship and its amendment money idea. We ran to hold those certificates, but we find it very difficult. And you know, so in the last NDC primaries Omokoye, and Nancy the Omoko no match money idea. So how stringent their rules were. So even at the time I filed for primaries, only renouncing for my common to Mawina. Because they are being now cautious. I'm going to say, a bit me the brave answer outside. They agree tacitly. Omunchi tu mama kuma no imagine say the course was Supreme Court, the right process, but for the politics of it, you don't push somebody. When I realize them no of an wedding fear your so back no, I just realize he's that would. At the end how and you're bothered by the president within facing. It is not about that, but it's about the consequences of your actions. The Niama all yen who and so a brow bed and ukra. Maybe I know the Subread the obese, but may catch us say, oh, yeah, you may be. No one soon so born in 1% minimum no crab my own one. Why do you have to go and sign a form when you know that you have a dual citizenship? Now, may train am I? Who could jump for a quainty fisa a day? Into a man car bed day. I didn't so cram me do and I'm filing me. That is a problem. And again, the horror ne no clearing by the EC does not debar anybody from invoking the constitutional article of 21 and 130 money 33 money and of the constitution. It's better I say EC a clear name pan money and on Kratana the command so the bishop Katasia is no other came Electoral Commission no other came who is Kratana the by now so the other brand no bet just where the
court no boy is no query say Neduma so any.
Yeah, I know they said the court has the right to do that. Obeka say kwa ni mu bebre na kwa hwende nya bone. Ba woni pa ne de on krata bebre electoral commission no. E na obedi ho dance e de aka say oh we na ade abra me dia because onu ada ka emu ahunu. Etu wo dia wo de kɔ no e na obi so bo akira ide akwa hwesa ne mani moni ade nyina. Ene ye ka file moni ade obi ntraba o ha ye ka. O say esi amini haru na o ka ye. O say ade equalization na amfia nkwa nkodo hwe. Then so don't start to teach before we attend the ma pede. We say if you the phobia attend the ma, don't confirm you know catch you say ana do say fia be from attend ma was na kasa na den na we say attend next year if na me catch say woman ade be enye ne sa. Na what you mienu nie, who do obi agina. Nipa ni need the qualification to say the na wo kan so on to aba wo.
Nipa no our qualification. Ti no ye den omo den ko.
Na entidie ne CD Charles Opoku so kwan so on fanko. The same criteria na ade call kumewu na no e gwa fam kumewu ra dem so ade team put am so me fa we ra e dey ne wo mu biem so ko ha ho ni ade. It says the person must be a registered voter. Your interpretation of what the registered voter must be, you know there. And no your there. But one idea more on quite what me interpret is the justices of the Supreme Court. They have the mandate to do interpretation of the Constitution. So if you have a problem with side the India, you be no see quite seminia. Fa kwa na kwa den ne ko chechi. But no. Kenya bai kasa wo kan meti ase na wo se medi yiwa no kasa wo kan meti ase wo ti ase nti ade busa masimfo ano ene wona me yiwa no. If you look at what Minia Haruna ne Union DC can about say electoral commission kasa no e den money ade a se bia wanka kasa den bia no man ti ni ba me nyintu so waka kasa den o ka cho se hweso na kwa campaign no no do ntimi nkwato aba ni bi ma na nya na sem sei. The electoral commission has to admonish you. There be hanya na sem say. Omo kasa nti obi bia o kasa che na ono dia wa yen so organize election to reso na kwa your campaign. Because nipa ni gina obegina na adu obi begina ya bia. Nipa ni kwa ya akwanyam. O dia ni so kwa campaign na win seat no. Now you don't come and determine say okofo obi gina be shame money ade nti tom si. Am di ni gina e wo kuma oni isi di ni di be shame amwana. How the law stated, and that is the same way the electoral commission is playing by it. Intimacy. We may have our personal reservations about Niema. Ebi Niema bi ni adwini inside emoni ade. Senchechire mu ba so na won tia say the Supreme Court has an avenue for review. The review must be documented now the court. But see betena edan na chi ni abeye no said ye kanu emoni ade na say we want to even cast doubt. But
agro na kasa no say na ohunu yes say public creation probably achimo. According to Honorable Haruna,
the problem we have back and let me talk about this matter of by-election and and yes, probably now I'm video be maybe jina ese boase and no come say all bought mini penny back with these ubenya and community and na sebi ya baba any kwan
by-election because
neighbor. And the by-election in constituency be by ye niema ho. And niema ye ne ken ebia eni ese ne wo sisi. Because when timi fiti da kopen to bo ntwesu from ampa finsi. Enya da kopen e betimi dia ye niema wo si nyina. Ba mi busa sa ma me kro no a. Mi busa sa ma me kro no a. Se bia ne ba ne wo fa se ni nua bi ne di MP. Ene nipa bi si mpuntu o mu hia dodo ne ma ho a wo di si. Sa ma me no senka obegbe se you can talk about say oh me here put you, but you don't have to go that extreme say any power body say oh. That is recklessness and irresponsibility on the part of that woman. And I will say it without any equivocal. Say me I am not saying that because I'm a MP.
But Argentina.
But me Haruna wadi MCE. He knows to say on any mandate as an MC, you know. A stronger mandate as an MP in terms of development. Yaji property rate yadima MCE. Yaji business operating permit yadima MCE. Ya didn't talk ya to ya did talk a year, ya demand MC.
O say MC.
One of your demand member Haruna member. The common fund make was member health insurance fund is 70,000 a year. Common fund 1 year. Say your mommy 60,000 per quarter or almost 1 million, 2 million. On a GDDF, District Development Fund, on an edge.
How to do
the whole of the year. The whole of the year, no. The whole of the year. So I do common fund, some member of parliament, about 200,000. Mini Harry and you. Some truck rat about or no MC best sign and sign I'm inserting a can be. The one can tell some boy. Some cat have between tables no MC and I DC no answer. Say 200,000 a year no come in Sanka. But he on the Jisan Yama wing near the bow. Input to what's about no or no cremo almost 97% on that time in Detroit. Neighbor, and ya P1 year quite. Development has always been a process and they are driven. Sebi. It is a no one number head here. A bedroom baby no. To be some Hamene direct. I mean, Aruna, we should not encourage that. Let me encourage you crowd that say, Obi, we are quite and there be a rather unfortunate. But a non chess and the Pacronico intimate be a brand house, but however. So what can this idea? A man named Airqua now, Mimi are now Quacoy, so open draw. No, because I say we should start condemning these individuals. But my many dear. I will not wish her bad. But the members and the beam say, so near anan warfare say anan neba. Any nipan will bo ni dino. And will be full fabbage was say, now see a baby fear any muquine near me. It is any panu near me fear any muquine. Would that person have been happy? And you will be a penny says 77 man any years and yes, penny. And we must be very straightforward on that. I didn't think sorry I talk also I can. Metia ne makosaka me dot breed. Metia makosaka me quarry breed. Makosaka me quarry coin. Makosaka me broke room can makosaka me yenya also a crime Moses on good crime money idea. Does it mean say a bayam in pana? Does it mean that who is a mimu and Sanya bayana? And a will Nippon or Bebano. Yent mean yes, Sanya. Please, Haruna, please. You know,
and timekeeping.
No, we are talking about matters of national importance and development. Any near my boy say we should start educating these people. I was the one who went to Haruna. But make them the difference between Meneno, any DC, you know, any other MC, you know, do idea was what dear because on one the key driver.
Now, I'm not saying it here, Argentina until then. Now, MC for no do na person cross from being MC to become an MP.
No crap about parking a woman. I'm a friend woman. Me and my moka MP now me say no crying your money adin and it's because MP na sorry no pa. Ekobo obi prum no pa na na dwane awia. If any films to Obama me na me kudina one name and kwasem ma. You could na name ne ka asem ni na awia ya de bre MC na waye. Obi bia betime district also the for assembly money ade nti na basa but the entia ebi wo ho agise bi om ne bobisa but ade ba kwa memu say ebi om fu say security of tenure
okay
efie 9 at least ye to abama wa say ne city bia ye efie 9 no but president the and that's be DMC in the by appointment okay. So they are saying right. It will feel say at least within the 4 years ne dey so nya send opesi Bob Brown in fie 9 no betimi ide ahye ne san but e baby ani baby a won fie na e dia ma manpanyi mu a one won akwanya say o chese wona bigina manam ne hwe medwumadi a me die so jimi sika ne tu botom e wa assembly one fa ye mpuntu dwuma no so that sorry no feel say oh e bia ona montu nkoyi mu ni ade a o do tena ho na emra bia ne wesi ne kwan say chena wontimi nyu mfiri ho eni tine bia ma ye nuanu bi e pese o but I can confidently tell you say dodo na wadi MC. And I'll say, do our DMC. And I held certain key positions be aside being a member of parliament. Some members of parliament are the say, we didn't keep Yanka.
All right.
And they are away.
Around Cascodia, that's Evelyn Arthur, O.T. Aduacho, we a member of Akonipa Group. Do not afro, baby legend, mammy. And I uncle for Akonipa Chichu, and Benedicta Gambra, I say. Happy birthday. November 26 as a November 26 as well. Once you are December 7 for Namibwa.
And your registration it should not be less than 41 days to the general election maximum. It's any will be already in fear doom watching. And your money crime way then auto benefit. It's a brand now registration number 12 bamu be aqua jinano. Ubi obejina bino akodi MP no. So when you fear do what you were done one, your dear ma won't mean to I won't register na meboa. It is a be a made in fear do what you December 7 dana year to abanwa. You better register me mama koto benibiana.
Look.
Ken,
you see.
Yeah, register my uncle to Abon. Yeah, register my uncle to Abon. So it tells you, say, the process leading.
Why this absurd?
No, it is not absurd. Okay,
I
you only if you do what here. Yeah, register. I was here register. I'll make you. Let's get to December 7. But if you do what here. But because the registration here October no. December 7 you be do no. I like no October mini yeah, my main. It's the same way. Okay, turning your ready October no. And you can so try and trust the electoral commission in Ghana, money as seen off for say the cratan, maybe a opportunity, and I'm council by mountain.
Haruna, I said now so.
Bibi kakrebi. Na menu say criminal trial awaits.
Me say already.
You see, in the criminal trial, 2 elements might be proved.
Mention you have to choose. It be your intention. So you must be a knowledge, maybe.
You must have the intent.
And yet the intent only.
That
knowledge. Look, knowledge.
Please.
Knowledge of it. Now we need to say.
Please.
It is part of
Akwasi. Whether knowledge or whatever. The intention of the act must be to commit a crime.
And whose duty it is?
You must be criminally minded.
Whose duty it is
to the accused?
Say or no, but
the accused
say you have that.
No, the prosecution must prove that the accused person with his action intended to commit a crime.
Okay.
You must prove that in court. So you see, never be a hard man.
When we get there,
the moment let me tell you, frankly speaking, I will say some rulings of the Supreme Court are very interesting. But they await us tomorrow. And so sometimes may say a matter called Supreme Court. Now there's a case before the Supreme Court on this Dr. Apiahene. And I'm waiting for the ruling of the Supreme Court on that matter. It's a very interesting. So for me, Ken, when people go to court, they help in developing the law. So, I will say, and then but that same law is awaiting somebody else tomorrow.
Of course.
And so, Ken, for me, these are very interesting.
Were you once ago happy with the decision on Adamu Sakande?
You see, one Adamu Sakande's matter, even as at the time he was MP, he still held onto the 3 passports.
All right, point noted.
UK passport.
And Minia Haruna.
Now they also
the choice of words. And everyone my very, very unfortunate. Especially the fact that we're a student lawyer.
And that is not just my words, those words.
I
intend them to miss
or accuse me. Sir, me new ready to question was some me peg your mama some anything baby. But you see again. Debia, say. I'm on your phone and kind of crack. What I say? Yakwa bisa my phone kind of crack. And this is your quenya be say. No, I said credit dear. I will say you can. Ken, and say Musa. Ora, did you question? What in Canada? And the Canada sending a crack.
Say what Musa questions?
No, but the point is that because of please, you see, you're not a citizen of Canada. He's not a citizen of Canada. He's not. Before that, he was not a citizen of Canada. We're talking about the answer that the question. Have a fun paper. Oh, please.
No, he's not.
Oh, so the way me.
The question is not a Canadian citizen.
But I'll defend. I'll find the back. Every Canada. Osisa nyoma etremu ebia Vancouver airport anase Toronto anase Ottawa. Na obedu kutuka no. Agiribe na woni tirim. Any first one. 2. Busaharu na mama we lawyer. Here Matt Ben ana NDC for e call mo primaries in 2019.
We lawyer.
We are Onyanya lawyer.
So say be ado we lawyer.
It does matter. That's it. Matt Ben ana NDC for e call mo primaries. Matt Ben ana the question apply say I feel your opposition right now say
thank you very much.
You see that kind of prayer and only baby Mama, I'm reminding him again. Perjury is a crime. And you have sworn by the 1992 Constitution in the year 2012, sir, you will defend it with your life. The candidate, you know, lied his way to parliament. And he's liable for perjury.
Akoko Abon ye dwumadi amanyuku ahodo ni gina so da won da ye so a wodi maka na mai. MPP say ye ne wo sno kokroko a wodi ye chi asuo kam. NDC akatama so okata ne maso. CPP say ye ne nanan makoko nyina manyuku no. PNCC ye kube ane na amagani amagahia ne hunu amagawo ho. Ti Akoko Abon dwumadi wo Hello FM so. Memenda no pa bia. Efi no nsiampa imukosi no nkro. Akoko Abon eyegigi.
Tapia eba mesha usunumbi. When you are born from Ghanaian soil, you are born rich. Rich in who you are, with natural Ghanaian richness inspired by Mother Nature herself. Just like our premium water, with natural minerals that create pure premium mineral water, made right here by the same Ghanaian soil that made you. Baltic, own your richness. Baltic, a product of the Coca-Cola Company. This advert is FDA approved.
Abuja Saba bi wutie Hello 101.5 FM. Akoko Abon dwumadi ene eguso. Honorable Kwesi Konadu MP Mansia North. Honorable Haruna Yusuf, former MCE of Fenso, Ose Kofi Akwa, National Youth Organizer CPP. Mame ko ose ho na menene eninkuta ho na ona kasa ne birthday wishes of person we no. Wenye ene waye listen tin. But I will say, yeah, sure. This Honorable Bagman seeking clarity from Supreme Court over recent ruling. If it's in Kadi, we then can direct. If we say yes, so won't be BRC so bizarre. But also there your birthday.
And I Dr. Kinsinyako, MP for Kwadaso.
Professor.
Is it Oko Prof?
Yes.
Hey, I see. And as I'm Professor Dr. Kinsinyako. Wow. And your birthday, Kwadaso member of Parliament. Sa na minia Alex Kwakwasa Foji, former Deputy Communications Director for the NDC, Asante Region. Alex Kwaku Asafoji, Admiral for Fireman. And the birthday, Haruna. And the fireman, maybe I will be Yetiano. Sa Professor Kinsinya Konsuso. Maybe I will be
okay, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Bagman, has asked the Supreme Court to provide clarity on its directive to Parliament to expunge the name of the then Member of Parliament for Asin North, James Jechi-Quayson, from its records. This comes after some members of Parliament raised concerns about how to implement the order of the Supreme Court, since the standing orders of the House do not provide a clear path of such a directive. William said, Wasum Dada.
Ken, Mamenka said, may a surprise about Adia, Speaker of Parliament, actually, the Akoma Supreme Court. I'm very, very surprised. Now, at the Corinthian say, Parliament is a house of records. Wow, be raho, wow, be pie, the Ebek can be beyond your trotto. Ana ebrebi du ye onipa bi twa ntro sa nipa ne fa ne Jechi-Quayson ama enunti obewura Parliament ama ye tworo ne din se na ɔyɛ member of parliament for nipa anaasɛ adehyia ɔmo ase north na ɛho atinyedie ne nneɛma baayɛ a ɛkɔɔ court no supreme court judges no agye atum sɛ ɛkwan a ɔfa so a obɛwura parliament no wɔamfa kwan pa so otwa ntorɔ a etia Ghana mmara ɛno nti ontimi ɛnkasɛ wɔyɛ member of parliament ɛno nti sɛdeɛ Ghana mmara no ka no ɔno speaker of parliament and declare say no akwanya baba bɛda hɔ sɛ adehye a wɔ asenof ɛnsampa obi foforɔ mmra bio na sɛ ɛkɔba saa no a ɛnsan sɛ the chikwesi atwa ntorɔ de wura parliament na saa tam na obi ahu ntorɔ no nti yɛkyerɛ sɛ wopɛ member of asenof saa mmerɛ no a the chikwesi na ɔno na esi ɔman na mu nti no na yɛatwerɛ ato hɔ it was part of the records in parliament. And she said, Bibia Kobase, and yet one paso, and unti, Sadia de see the Parisian case. Na, and unti, Yankoto Bafufra. Where Speaker of Parliament? I'm saying, Gawadi and Gobika, you know this. You don't need to seek any clarification again. Because Parliament is the house of records. And this is a very bad record that a man lied his way and has committed perjury. And until Yenny Frim said, Yabaya, a sin of four, a clean record. Now, Obifufra, Ababa Bessu Manamuno, and Conquest, Yakobo, a sin of the year. Yakokai get you question with Chan Troko Parliament. Okay, baby, do ya. Na, Probu, Ghana Hanwa, Ubodin say. Boasia, yes, Major Mahama. Okay, I feel we almost there be Sadia company feeling new new doom calls and one food. So that's it. And I think, sir, the Speaker of Parliament, with all due respect, the verdict and the final judgment of the Supreme Court is self-explanatory.
But almost standing on this. Ebi ni bibi saa ho nti no eya kwen novelty
ana meka say it's house of records menyesa nete ana bibi say ababa betwam me kwa me film say the speaker, okay, to protect the integrity of the August house and isanka side no kwa otro because he as a presiding officer in charge of parliament, you know, should have even taken that steps. Say, I do ya bay a good hoofy. Say, you know, it's your shambra. So, person Bahan more, a class of fashion, you for comedy. Niamo be a fet, a Brian, Timiami, and Yan, Ahonia, and Kayan Crying paper. But in whichever way, so I try. The jury's Supreme Court judge is not super, no my. But I think right. This shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Thank you.
Parliament should have taken the steps to expunge that disgraceful act that is here in the first place.
I was here now because you know feel. Anyway, Abon say na one kasa ufuaso anaseja adwin foforo.
The man was a speaker person said was it the judges only says Parliament should take steps to expunge Judge Kwesi's name from the role of members of parliament in the 8th parliament. Now, in that, he was not so specific as to who to do that. I think that is one of the bone of contentions of the speaker. Say, who should do that? But I believe that in Kenya, we probably would need, in my candid opinion, so there is an interpretation of the Rebecca. I don't think there was a clarification when you are there. I remember many as it stands now, the Electoral Commission has declared that seat vacant and organize elections on the 27th of June. It is a trouble on the 27th of June. Basically, he will notify Parliament by the following day. So the person obviously would be sworn in maybe a maximum in just about a week. So we are looking at probably the first week of July. Now you're going to seek clarification to expunge the person's name from the register. And we say, hey, can't mean because I don't see a hypothetical case. But then also will call for the Supreme Court justices to sit and also go about reviewing. And he ever almost the interpretation will be by the end of July. Are you going to wait
till that time?
Till the end of June? So be clarification and son abe sponge jachi kwesi dina de chance opoku de abeshawana.
Na also so no say na wo nti ase wo.
Yeah, the clerk even basically sworn in the speaker.
Okay.
Then the speaker intends swears as in. So the speaker sworn as in.
Yes.
And technically made us become members of parliament. Yes. So if there is anything directed to members of parliament, to parliament, it is the speaker who obviously would have to do that. Because let me tell you, that is why when even we a member of parliament, and I said there is a summons, the Brewer as a member of parliament, and I said there is an invitation by the police, an invitation by an investigative body, the speaker, and the person that is supposed to be said.
Exactly.
Yeah. So even with that, and I don't believe say we are DBOs and speaker had this is directly under the purview of between himself and the clerk.
Exactly.
Parliament, technically these are the two main bodies that lead the institution of parliament. So there's a clerk leads the parliamentary service only, and there's a parliamentary service.
They give orders.
These orders are done. So if anything that affects the member of parliament, and I say if there is any directive to parliament that is being carried out by these two individuals, and most of them are not for members of parliament, is directly under the purview of the speaker of parliament. And they are there with him. But be that as it may, if you person direct, say the speaker of parliament should take steps to be expunged, or the clerk of parliament should take steps to expunge her.
And the next time you can order, they are not going
now if you talk about parliament, say be a parliament in the and now you say who is the head of the parliament, and when you are there by way there, I believe that now we are doing a far-fetched stretching approach towards a certain type. But now, there is a ruling by the Supreme Court.
Now, person who say yes, expanding the dinner keke, and I say, "Bibia what contribute ayebiano." Yeah,
the man say,
but you see, for Bibia, why Akoko do the bear? For instance, Ken, no creba kumuni, say BBSC, na yachi will be near Buani Kumfa. Capital offense. And I'm not saying in this particular matter, but me can say be out to be a why you be a year. And your money be brave when we make certain laws and answer certain year, it doesn't take retroactive effect. And some connecting Tinas will be a bonina capital punishment. Crampon be a 70 panels of assassin Buani Kumfa. Yet me sabi enkunyani ni panwa. Ibia ukumuno emema. The reason why you would ask this question, and it's a valid question, is maybe he partook in some debates that went on, partook in some via voting, via answer decisions that went on. He expanding, are we expanding the contributions that he did for me? But let me give you a classical example. I think in the 6th Parliament or in the 5th Parliament, I also Isaac Amu's case. If you remember the Isaac Amu case,
second Parliament.
Yeah, that case, it was almost just about 4 days as the day Parliament was rising. And the case
yeah.
But the whole entirety of that parliament was never cancelled. The entire parliament name. It was only established since Nipan was not validly elected. These decisions have been made, and I think that it will not go from the 7.
Haruna has been grinning from ear to ear ever since you started talking.
It is right. The institution of parliament has been said, the speaker, the clerk, this is not something that is above them. And it doesn't mean that the iron is training in court because there are precedents to that. We cannot raise a dead person for the capital offense somebody has committed a punishment one. And that we see some in parliament before.
Yes,
you will be a few.
You see, parliament is a master of its own rules. We are Article 110 of the Constitution. Standing orders, take its strength from Article 110 of the Constitution. And the Parliament ye biano, the standing orders and the Constitution provide for. When the Supreme Court gives an order, and an officer, the Article 2, Clause 4. Even if you are the president, if you fail to carry out the orders of the Supreme Court, you are liable for imprisonment for no less than 10 years or to both. And the consequences are very dire. And there's a Supreme Court, Emma, order. See, one role of the Supreme Court is to clear doubts when we appear to have doubts about our laws. So when the Supreme Court orders you and you have issues to do with the order, you seek clarification from the court. Was it expunge? Anna, speaker, no, if you document of the to speaker. Was it that expunge? It is whether to remove or to cancel, or it is not saying the speaker should or a member should.
What is your understanding of to expunge?
And that is why, and that's where it comes. Because if you go to such an order, when it says how order way, it means that this order to expunge the name. Do you know what it means? It means that ab initio, the question has never existed in the history of Parliament. That is what it means. That ab initio, the question is taken not have existed. Say the Abako semu on appear Parliament. So what does it mean? Do you take his name and leave his contributions in Parliament?
Why you just answer it?
You understand? But the Supreme Court just said expunge. And that expunge does not mean cancel, remove, or something. So the Supreme Court should come and tell us, my lords, what exactly do you want us to do in these orders? And that is the simple clarification. In fact, the Speaker would have been lawless if he had said, oh, mentisa adiana Speaker consider for Juma. But see, Supreme Court in the orders and say, MPB nenye, Clerk of Parliament nenye, Speaker nenye, was see the institution Parliament. And Parliament, per its current standing orders, does not have rules that deal with this matter. In novel cases, when you have novel or what we call hard cases, you will have to find a different way of dealing with it. And for the first time, I challenge the election of a president, Article 64 of the Constitution, there were no rules governing these things. But the Constitution, per Article 64, stated that say a Supreme Court needs to come up with rules to deal with it. So we do not have a problem. So where there's a lacuna in the law, you don't expect a speaker who is a seasoned lawyer. You know him.
This is not the law.
But he's a seasoned lawyer. And he knows the implications of the orders of a Supreme Court. And again, so the all person Supreme Court and say see I contribution via the question of Parliament in free man. And I need to
honorable Creduma a fatual PR.
Oh, Debbie. In fact, all the end of the matter.
If you are interpreting a document or
yes.
No, we an order. This is a document that
the Supreme Court. Do you know the Constitution?
Just an order.
You know. The Supreme Court.
Expunge. What is the literal?
The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court was to remove. Free, Mr. It's not like that. The original jurisdiction was invoked.
Yes.
Anna, in constitutional interpretations, it's not like a statute.
No, it's not like a statute.
Interpret the constitution before we interpret the statute.
Order, we have constitution at Supreme Court.
Anna, it was through the interpretation. And now issue these orders.
The speaker is not going to.
I never said no, I can't. It is so strange.
And that's strange. Does it remove? Expunge means remove.
Into me removing the any contribution in every parliament.
No, that is why I gave you the example of Amu case. Was the parliament
the Amu case? Yes. There was no order. When you say Amu case came from the High Court.
No,
when you say parliament
came from the High Court.
When it comes to parliamentary elections,
yes,
it is the High Court. The highest court, the Court of Appeal, to determine the matter.
Yes, in the case of Willens.
This is not an issue of election matters.
No,
because that issue matter. When you said that issue was raised,
yes,
as the Supreme Court lacking jurisdiction to sit on this matter, and the Supreme Court rule is here. It is not an election matter.
Yes. This was a
because that has been determined at the High Court.
Yes.
Into where a question of interpretation
of the Constitution.
Good.
It is a Dutch biano. Honorable
yes.
Say a bass and commodity. Wo kwesi kwenye wo can say. Emma or no Jechi Basin, I reacted to say, it's Sarah, yes, you baby your kind of film. And Nasi Abeka said, Obi, I can't see. Me too.
Do you know?
What's the question, Nasi?
Maybe we are fast overstretching the matter. But do you know that even when you are contributing on the floor of Parliament, now can't see me and the Speaker then presses and said, I direct the clerks to expunge what he said from the records. The what? Okay, sir. No, see, expunging the D. That was what they said. Expunge his name from the records of Parliament. It's a different matter from say expunge whatever you want to say to say the person.
What makes it different?
What makes it different? They are specific in saying so that the vacuum that has been created, that has been announced to. So on what basis?
That's your understanding.
On what basis an electoral commission they can by election because that place is vacant. It is anybody doing or any doing or
and they can
take that person's name off the record so that after the by-election, another you cannot have 276 members of parliament.
Drawing to an end, our Supreme Courts are there as our constitutional court. And in maybe our modern such interpretations, Bebano.
No, you go back to them. Problem.
Let them explain exactly. Because you must carry out the orders as they have dictated. Because na se obi de court say jeji question na muka say ni different no ya ko records bi e wo hands at mo a ni din so tim that will be contempt of court and this contempt is not defined. Article 1912 of the Constitution has not defined contempt. And so you can be held liable for anything. In the speaker no
he's being cautious, but I feel that
our Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And you cannot look. Say rough edges of the law has not caught up with you. I won't just hear. Me brother Professor White making the comments before the Supreme Court. And again, me say the Papa Muno na Papa you can say obe say who was one even Supreme Court didn't get in come. What kind on records of Parliament?
When matters.
Oh, I said some matter no crime. Only be a dinkum. Yes, and I also can the man here. You say remove. I mean, explain from the records of Parliament.
His name from the records.
Records of Parliament.
Yes.
Not just his name. And
his name and I say any other thing.
His name
from the records of Parliament.
Yes.
Explain his name from the records of Parliament.
His name.
His name. It's what he said.
We have a role of members of
Parliament. What he said will not be expunged.
From the records of Parliament. Records.
Yes.
That's the key word here.
Oh, but we have the role of members of Parliament. We have the role that we sign.
They don't use the word role. Please, where's I told you for the purposes?
What records are you talking about? Udiba call their records.
I want to talk about records of Parliament. Yes. It is everything in its entirety.
So that is why I
for your name, your contribution.
I don't have a question.
Yes.
Before say, in order that we will be left with no doubt, the speaker here.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. I mean, he's just trying to be thorough and complete. No problem. But the point I'm saying is that when he said, there be a different opinion as to the speaker, and he said, when he says the order was directed to Parliament, but not to any specific person, that is why I have a problem. Because, for instance, Peace FM, and you are a Hello FM, why? When something is directed to Hello FM, you have somebody who has to deal with that. Who employs somebody to come to Hello FM? And it is being said,
but you have to determine who is in charge.
Who don't know who is in charge of Parliament? Don't we know members of Parliament were sworn in by the Speaker of Parliament?
But the Speaker does not personify Parliament.
Enrexy. When my brother Eni was being sworn in, who swore him in? Who did the swearing in for him? The
Speaker does not personify Parliament.
But he does not personify. But he acts in our name. Onona etro edigu ngumanima yegina hoje afnamo name chokonkrom ene asemia ene Quran ejiye de edinsie.
Very interesting.
That is what I'm saying. So when he says that
I'm loving this discussion
directed to anybody. When he says that it is not directed to anybody, why does he even then let me ask, why then does he say that when there is even a summons against a member of Parliament, he says that I'll say at the brain. When you want to interrogate a member of Parliament, this is speaker and man.
We know why that is so. If you look at Article 117 of the Constitution,
I know.
Privileges, it's clear.
Perfect. So who supersedes the privileges of the member of Parliament?
It's clear.
It's the speaker. It's the speaker. So why then expunge his name there? I would say, and you say Parliament. Parliament gives you the privilege.
Not too long ago.
The speaker.
Not too long ago. Yes. Also said, okay, say, or person thorough.
Yes. But I'm saying that he has 2 points that he's trying to raise. He could have just said, oh, what's it mean and our parliament in but yen kwesi rich and pempen so. That one I don't have no problem. But I can say one more be a decent pakunko dia. That is why I have a problem.
Okay.
When you have privileges of parliament, it is not the speaker that grants, it's the constitution. And somebody
that to carry them out.
Perfect.
It's clear.
So who is carrying them as the speaker? So the speaker oversees those things. He oversees the members of parliament. He does that. The clerk does the communication, the parliamentary service book. So when it says it's directed to the institution now, the institution has a head. So who is the head of parliament? That is, I know the meaning of but so I say, meaning the didn't saying. Mean Chinese didn't quite free woman anymore now. And as a name, some more kind, that one I have no problem. But when he says that it is not directed to anybody, that one I have a problem.
No, he said reference is made to the institution parliament.
Yes.
And the assembly now agree. That is not where he's saying it is make reference to
right.
That as for when it comes to the institution parliament, all members of parliament should sit together
and agree
as to how they will go about it. But you seek clarification as what exactly needs to be done. But for me, the interesting thing, Kwasi is aware, is this: that rules that govern parliament, there are 2 things. One is the constitution. The second is the standard
which
orders.
is the supreme.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Esther Osai, who are Tonsu, and now that Nayama Chimka, our brother Dominic Osai, or Micklin Hotel, Denyame, and Rodin Kreba. I say, Esther, he loves you. Mama confirm the last batch of Nkato. Maybe you ever heard the last issue. OSP arrests Professor Frimpong Boatin over corruption-related activities. Yeah, but CCR.
To a base of Onipa in Nimiano. Yes, so can you actually manage? Okay. A Marima will nim Amuzu Heba Clinic. Why am I one Pemua? Let him to me in Naswa. Walk home was shown. Now, what didn't be a win yam? Chai. I am Kura Rabra. You won't because we be jam my any man. I did Amuzu Heba Clinic one dance here. And the Gia what they are breaking. Send me clear mra or call by different beers to feel. Now, I have a quite winter. Early ejaculation, severe breast pains, prostate disorders, low sperm count, STDs, stroke, or some simple cry. Emma, yes, you call when I am and say a man in Memina, I am heavy. Typhoid, stomach ulcer, cocoa, arthritis, ye name winter a tree, sciatica, and in your ultra modern lab and ultrasound scan. Ya would you show me and son one more dread bedroom. Water Shire, so Amuzi Junction, a Bemoro Market, a Fay Atimota, Christian Village, opposite Puma Filling Station, and the Sunyai area 0247 776743. Amuzi Heba Clinic, Mauji, your channel.
Amstead. Dave, what is this Amstead? Amstead is a Kentenapia Minka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. It is Ghana's latest public TVET and entrepreneurial teacher training university. The government in 2020 converted the Kumasi and Asante Mampong campuses of the University of Education Winneba to a full-fledged autonomous university to champion TVET and entrepreneurship as a way out for the country's unemployment problems.
Wow, I wish I could apply for admission at Amstead.
Just visit www.amstead.edu.gh or monitor the national dailies for admission requirements and list of programs. People awaiting results can also apply.
Amstead form already on sale?
Yes. Buy online admission voucher at Kumasi and Asante Mampong campuses or visit any branch of Ghana Post, GCB Bank, Eco Bank, and other banks to purchase the forms. Call 050-6476-028 or 050-161-3082 for assistance.
You way a friend of Suhum pocket lawyer. Or say, my understanding is that Parliament should remove anything associated with Jechi Kwesen as if he never existed in Parliament. All right, Suhum pocket lawyer, we get what you mean. And another Wablekuma Central. So yesterday was Green Ghana Day. Let's plant trees and save our environment. Special greetings to Nana Atobra Kweku, Director of National Intelligence Bureau. And Leviticus Powers. Or say, all steps, processes, and everything needs to be done by the MPP to annex Asin seat from NDC. The good people of Asin North must give Charles Opoku a resounding victory for the forthcoming elections. The performance of Nanado Bawumia will surely lead to the annexation of the seat from the NDC. Okay, and Leviticus, we get you. Martin Watek, I was a king. Honestly, I've not heard the MP speak before, but today he swept me off my feet. He is very knowledgeable and calm. Greetings to him. Okay, MP for Mesia North. And Honorable Kwame Usudon also about was Kumasi Airport is KMA. In fact, we have two assembly members, Honorable Joe Baswa and Honorable Kwesi Kwatin. Major parts of the airport, the terminal, and the new buildings are on Sipe land, which fall under Honorable Baswa's area. It is magical if the over 120 projects, most of which have been completed, started a couple of weeks ago. I appreciate their uneasiness about the candidature of Charles Opoku because the impact the gentleman's activities have had on the people is phenomenal. All right, we Honorable Kwame Usudonko and Inspector William Aferi of Ghana Police Service Chief. Enjoy your day. Yemra Miri. I'm just if you're Honorable Kwesi Kunedu. Kwesi OSP any Professor Frimpong Watson, any Charles Bishu. Any Nkomaya Kosona. Yeah, do I drink a base men na fe ya sauce. I don't know what's it.
Oh. So, what be some myself? Okay, as menum na. Let me say, be a bit mamma be as my baby, but the numine. In the way, and I'm going to say, it doesn't be Saka Cramania
and Toponko.
I say,
Casarudo on Toponko.
As a man soon as I can you, I came. OSP are seminal, a developing story, and I'm a boy. A developing story. I think somewhere around October of last year, 2022, and I will issue a press release back about what they titled as illegal mining. And it says the following from Galamsey Fraud Part 1, published by Tiger Eye. An investigation further targeted at the activities of Obo, Independent BD, the Forest Group Community Lands, them and the money at there. And and he says, "Baby, Drew, I don't know." Say he would want to invite Professor Frimpong Boateng, who at the time was the sector minister when Sani Mane Kosun, so that there are some Niema person needing home communism person needing come. I believe maybe the portion that comes in among a topic for discussion is where. And there is what we term as a self-recognizant bail that has been granted to him to the tune of 2 million Ghana cedis, because I feel that Galamsey its related activities, i.e. illegal mining in general. Again, and I've had the opportunity of visiting Obuasi about 5 weeks ago, Anglo Gold Ashanti, and also visited Perseus mining, Ewudunkwa, and when you are there. And had the opportunity of going around some areas. There is these illegal mining activities. And if you look at the expanse of effect on the environment, it be probably if you say trias are cinema good year and to quench a certain desire be somehow, anyhow. But however, the consequences of it, how no be bad that. And I feel that maybe some of these conversations now, and Pennyfo would have to go to have. With this experience, and the approach maybe the OSP also would want to do, so that we can formulate a certain plan to help tackle these matters of illegal mining. First partner, it's me the Abwa because Galamsey, and what's the matter? And I TTA, Ken, Ebedu baby no, and you do a man's if you overkaya bear, any bosomokra, and I doctor Penny Barco, the doctor's doctor, the pathologist, you're not doctor from the doctor's doctor.
Doctor, or is it a professor, or say something?
Some Penny Becker say, send ya how a womb a bank so from some of these areas, hard to impound. And the effect of Galamsey. any days illegal mining no money ade. It is a be a home commodity eba. Maybe anti bi wo ho na hwehwe mu bi wo ho a ehia se wo se ya. I think say no the bibi insi kwan se wo se, but the approach at which I be no. That's very important. So whilst the OSP would want to conduct its investigation and money ade no, I believe that kwan pa was a faso na ode ko no. Also ode faso no ode ko. However, bearing in mind say also ode to the things that nsusu anso bia no be no was pepepe ye any obi kan ye nipa no se be ye ono so benya ne fa ahudi ewo ne nse hwehwe mu ne ade na aboa na mo no so anu ye bi no betimi yi na aboa o man no amoman na timi asise adwumadi na no kwan etimi aboa asem na fe na apagya ne mu em se ba ye kra ne ni na watwe mienu kra nko na chi into the details of what actually the discussion says asem ni mu do se ne esu do kopem no ewo ne nsese mu ni nyina no me feel say o si nya ho abotre na yedi nkomo na chi because one we here and am say di kan ba ye no he was arrested emuni ade na ense bebre but o team kwa cha na it was an invitation and
that's an invitation but when
the bail comes in also when I mean yes
and ye indicates that he's been arrested answer now ye beka say ya chiwo no e ji say police need an so
yes
intina eho na also investigator no attaching the catcher say he was under arrest and this but I said baby matis wo ka say victimization because I'm saying man reporting here the other
I would know what mean person me ko because obia was saying you see fan asem no hu yes do jani nsuo mu na ohun say ni mu dossier den esichie it is ono no me prof the good old prof no ehun ni say sanatia I believe that he has an opinion to share in that matter but me de me hunu ni say e kwan ben so ni nyina as oman ni mu nipa ebetimi afa so ni aboa ni atu saa dwumedi we ase na ye daache abrabo say oman no ankwa because said that best say environment and I don't cry okay environment in the cry
anything na yes you investigating now
men ka say no ntia jam ka say developing story and I know okay
factory
so obia mami ka masin obia no me hu charge sheet e dey abono so I cannot even talk a developing story me pesi benya ho abotre and in my own part me pesi benya ho abotre na me ti asem ni mu yie na me hu na asem ni mpompon so ntia no na ba na afi de aha hena asem na mo ba akusi aha na mo ba akusi a o tre wadwen wo ho watimi a kire ni yi but na die the emu no say yes ato ensa afre no ya man self recognition bill say on samre bill recognizance bill say omre bill na yini asem ni nkuta ho
well we need details like I say
that be the
emergent story
yes
Haruna has all the answers Haruna all the details
Musa was bia
Musa
information well you dia ma Professor from Pomboati baby a wo bia no I rise for him as a gallant soldier. He's a gallant soldier. And the symbol, look, Ken, the daddy be say, look, time I'll do say a name for cannot pray. Damn the consequences. When him says, illegal mining way, and your president is starting you, the media, and he behaved as if he shared in that particular philosophy of the media to fight illegal mining. The president has not been committed. The president has not been committed. Mr. What can we do you? What can we do you? Oh, one young Kasai was a goofy. One Kasai. So please.
You can share it.
MP.
MP.
Mr.
The president has always been committed. And he even says, even if it would have to take his president.
Where legislator?
I was here. We catch up. I was here. Wouldn't need facts. All the facts.
The person, no.
It's man.
It's
only facts. He was one of the people who once called for the arrest of Professor Frimpong.
Yes.
He said, and then say, yeah,
I did that.
Only facts into Onyabuchi.
Me say, the president has never been committed to the fight of the Galamsey.
In fact, instead of me bought President Botin Abasono, winning
that he
was he one president at a cabinet. I'm going to dinkan catch and say, Nipper win. Well, in fact, what boss I don't do. Sir, he was an existential threat to the Galamsey fight of this country. Your Hannah, I don't think I say a fan of Chasu, so I see where you're so far visa. And I said, John, a willy at Mota Forest, part of it to him forever. And I said, John, will you kind of matter? Because it's a joy and say, John, Miss Rob,
See, when I'm talking about matters of fact, what's going on is kind of winning. Oh, you say, Haruna, send me to the handy. Now, me truck cat and do this. I'm going to say, oh, the KGT, actually, I just say, a real no.
Now, yeah.
And to be able to actually be a man,
What's
what I don't
and that's what
court ban, and never
or expose the semi ignorant.
In 2021, Anna, Professor from Pomboati, what so let a comma. In fact, at the president's request to so on report on a Juma or Nembra. And according to Professor from Pomboati, what chose our detailed report will come as chief of staff in 2021 at the request of the president. And that one will say, now then a proposal means to Catambre of illegal mining. Namade Krata command Bessine, one publishing, and a Papanica said, no, me, Makata were daddy. So here I interview Cassette. People say illegal or Cassette, I know that people will be only documenting. When him say Professor Football ya, and before he be, I didn't call Shraj. Say what the concessions be, one casa for concessions me and sa. The copy Shraj, you know. No, sir, Professor Football in the Bonomia Bonibia matric clear one. And an OSP was still obey investigate one. This matter, let me tell you, in Kenya report we ask it is an attempt at whitewashing the people involved. Because in the document, Professor Frimpong Boanti actually the power see about seven of our foreign reserves. As we speak, MPP Abanwe Munkwa, Oma say na. One kasa in the forest. The Kunsa contaminate name proper number. It's public knowledge. Yawaha, and our Punso to swear sorry. No, say, one no make casano, ya chum so make candy or mupe. No, say, Sebi, then you name of him so said in the status there. Sebi, on your piano, what toilet a brand has one kind. And I'll catch her say, yeah, to them will say about 30% of us. Yeah, Galamsey in the who came out to say anything? And the Professor Bob tell you where Omoy in the scene. Obisi arresting. Was so inviting our choir mind by ordinary Sabbath to the Baptist say. Was it the ordinary Sabonkum? No, was it you are under arrest. And say it's not in doubt. So I mean, you are dancing around it.
Somebody says it is in doubt.
So this aspect in Nkwana won't ask you. So the man has been arrested. And then Mekata will say, if indeed they were committed, they should arrest Professor Frimpong Boanti and commence proper criminal investigations.
Or so then the lawyers too.
Yeah.
And you know, I did wait, say, Bibia Wumwa. I say, in a matter of time, Ebeba.
Was it?
But the other person, Bissana say, I say, Ghana,
yeah.
You will nipebi wa, yen touching or touching a pa, and you be binting or touching. Who's everything a politician? No, maybe I'm the man. I am not saying, Sir Professor Frimpong Boanti. Yes. But I say,
back in, Mamma didn't tell Banza. The manner of the touch. Say, see, you think I allegations at any pabi. Tasbisu Yacheno. Yachita Tasbisu. Oma Mugru Flash House, Yachomo. Professor Bomotin Bekaya Kosi say, the Jubilee House itself is involved in Galamsey.
I don't cry the mammy feels a next year. I am more important.
Good.
Because a honor. They are what piano or belay the bay.
What ball? And the Bible said, Charles Nico to go. No one want to go yet. Social media guy no or hobby. Good many of the people. And now, me I am there because me himself Professor Bob Boanti
say because
is prepared.
Even the
That's a way in charade.
No, you don't say that.
Charade.
As a burden lawyer, you don't do that. As a burden lawyer, don't do that.
The time say charade. So we know how some people act. Some people act the modus operandi. Obi ohonoma. Let me tell you, Ken, one way ya. Conman be suit to me ya bahabe kono.
I mean this out. What him say?
Yes.
As a lawyer. Case be that when you be what way would you go about the case?
You have your own strategy.
Your own strategy.
Yes.
So if that is his strategy, why do you get the headache?
First say your body in bad light. You can seek for damages. You can go
everything will be so awkward.
Now you can sue a civil suit against the person and you go and claim your damages. But
you see,
Diana, I have a problem with sometimes say the Yana say Obi Ohio or you're untouchable now, and the way it is gone about.
We have Ghana say me kokoye galam say near Timia, Edinburgh easy. Oh, Haruna kokoye near Chiwa, now o party food wechi. And why in this in India? And I say MPP Nicoya, yes, why MPP in India?
And I make us say, Abia. Ken me na kwaya de we MPP ni me NDC ni yakoya de kro ya chinya jao. That is why nipa no be hunu say na da nipa mi na kwaya ade baako say you say hwan sire mienu twi sire mienu sen enia who carry baako say baako so sa na tie
why noted
so me I am watching this issue but say what my catch say
everybody is
from day one OSP office man some catch say me I don't believe in that office. Man can't tell her.
I say, Kofi, dear, Scout, when you be the best.
Messi, I say, Mamma, me Diana. Oh, yeah, Mamma, me Diana. I was going to be Manos 1 5. I said, Frimpom, it's like the whistleblower being chased.
That's right.
But the one that's welcoming the whistleblower. And it's very interesting. But when him say Professor Frimpom Boating is prepared to present every evidence. That's before the OSP. I expect the OSP.
Or they say, youth, or they say, Awa Mohammed. Or true BB, I know I end with, let's watch it. Let's watch it. I'll say,
the first say,
hey, I don't know, you are off. I said, I'll say, Akoko, Chief.
Upcoming events and watching what will happen.
Me ba Asante Region. Mr. Asante Region CPP for Ensa. Na baby amete atwumango beja South. Intimatia conference executives. Na mati say me MP even though we me party. Honorable Aje Anhwe one Amoku. Honorable Amoku atwumango beja South MP and MC Onuti Chiawo. Kenedwet. Professor from Paul Boating. Obi anim no man mu ha. Wabobra osom ne man na okasa dodo he's talking too much
what we kasa
and I'm surprised really? Professor Abra from Paul Boating okasa dodo me minim ana so met my boy me am na lawyer for OSP. Does he have the power to arrest and detain?
I think he has.
He has the power.
I think he has.
Oh, okay, fine. Because I thought there's always the enforcement and then there's the prosecutor. Fine.
No, he combines.
He combines both of them. Kenedwed, what can Papa be a friend of Matamidu?
Oh, Hopper.
Oh, the guy named my man.
Citizen vigilante.
I didn't know say no.
Because he was watching all over the place.
On one party, na NDC. Na office and you may be enquire. Emma Satam no, and Penifua John Mahama. And Penifua no, my president no, Eperson Katakata so. It wouldn't do or it says sanity idea. Me Ghana ni. Adiano Muyeno. It's ya ganamra. Enti sesadia me ankasa me dom kokot. For Bob Watson, okasadoto. You can equally follow the of events and Martin Amidu. So who feel say? So who feel say? And confo our bomb din nyina and someone waka nyina no aya semwa udika wo dance ye na mmom omampanyini atisunti ene ne mpanifo nti omo katakata so a fobo boatin eye tietia go the Martin Amidu way. After all, they have polluted the environment, they have destroyed the river bodies, and they have broken the laws of this country. And no cops and now the evidence will come. Nessa will say, "Oh, pursue case we are only was a man." When him say one of his interviews in terms of Casado de Nebinu, one of his interviews, or say,
"I regress it forever."
I'm not talking about that one.
And the kind of
me mante. Another mante. What I say? One of one of the interview, or the interview, okay, say interviewer. Publication now, it was not for public consumption. Tell you, no, 200 reports now they call Flagstaff House,
Jubilee House.
For Jubilee House, no Flagstaff House. Yes, before it here, man, no Flagstaff House. And all the command chief of staff will say, "When I have my phone, you know, so na even say." Oh yeah, you know. But I say, "Oh mama, Jumano, and once Juma me and one you into the committee of staff. It's quite a dear fast or licky, you know, or no, for Bob watching on your way. This is something we should all be interested in. We have left that one. Exactly. Who leaked it? It's very important. Okay, why but you know, is enough.
No. Who said me? Tell me beyond my lot.
Okay, fine. But I'm fancy. What I say? So, or problem of watching. I can't wait. Okay, but maybe. Okay, you know, say any on the licky idea no. Order the committee or staff the licky no.
But what's the document in the media?
And the representative, of course. Jamana Juma. And Juma now, but I went to FM or Canadian and I'm on show ghost. I know about baby so near. We don't have to throw reports. And I come at general manager say and the host a program so they see ko eni and I dey no looking at that kejetia what I say it only one in Juma it will report but the man when ye dey jam so kasa too much ni no time akojo opon kroma be yi na no say asema for what in the to so nya no kro one man reply and other no come one man reply dey uti ade we wo so nya na de to abonten and about what then go.
I was say on one
yes, all the documents. But the point is that you are not the one who leaked it. So how does it concern you?
So does it mean that it's wrong? No, I say Jai Babi or the number.
Nebio, I can't read. Nibuza
Jai Babi or the number.
Sasem, Emma Watia, Oma DNA.
I want to say man until was here.
What
Moshe 18 or say Moshe live on Facebook. Well, and now president a video be as a pilot or directing.
Yeah, that's a French minister. Epa.
Yeah, somebody.
But whichever way was good.
Why am I saying video?
That's how we are regional minister.
The hypocrisy of it. Must say 7 foreign reserves. Must move Can you imagine that?
Oh, but how would this
one of the chiefs, or say the story behind the video is one of the chiefs had refused to stand for the national anthem, which was very, very, very disrespectful. Everything I know about highlights I am. On this note, I say thank you. Haruna, thank you. Kofi, Akwasi Crowdy, thank you very much. Yami ya duma dasada ya bese sia na ya sorry ya kwa go prama ponso. Samuel Joaquin Bokim, the commander, is going to drive us. And when they win Champions League, may Bompire say Inter Milan ever winning. But yes, opinions are like noses. So we have the opinion. Yami boy ebishi ami production team that we na was with King Edward. The slave. Yami boy dasada ya bese sia. Also Hello 101.5 FM.